When winter set in during World War II, soldiers, families and civilians across Europe faced a deadly enemy beyond bullets and bombs, the cold. Fuel was scarce, electricity was unreliable, and in occupied territories, survival often depended on ingenuity. What's fascinating is that some of the forgotten heating tricks ordinary people relied on back then can still help us today, especially when the power goes out. Let's explore 6 World War II heating methods that even soldiers often overlooked, but which remain practical, clever, and effective. One of the simplest but most brilliant tricks used during the war was heating up stones or bricks in an oven or fire, then wrapping them in cloth to provide lasting warmth. These improvised hot stones could be slipped under blankets, placed near feet at night, or even tucked into pockets during patrols. While soldiers in the field often didn't have the luxury of ovens, families in cold homes swore by it. Today, the same principle can be used with ceramic tiles, bricks, or even cast iron pans warmed on a wood stove. Cheap, safe, and surprisingly long-lasting. In many European towns, people used an ingenious trick with clay flower pots to trap and radiate heat. A candle or oil lamp would be lit beneath an inverted pot, and the terracotta acted as a heat sink, slowly releasing warmth into the room. It was no replacement for a fireplace, but in a freezing apartment, it made all the difference. This trick is still popular among modern off-grid enthusiasts, proving that even a small flame, when harnessed with the right materials, can provide comfort. Glass was a luxury during the war, and many windows were cracked or blown out from bombings. Civilians quickly learned to insulate with what they had, hanging heavy blankets, newspapers, or even carpets over windows to trap warm air inside. The technique was crude but effective, keeping precious heat from escaping. Modern homes may be sturdier, but in a blackout, doubling up on curtains or sealing drafts with layered cloth works just as well today as it did under the Blitz. One surprisingly simple hack from World War II kitchens involved filling glass or metal bottles with boiling water and wrapping them in towels. These improvised hot water bottles became real nighttime lifesavers, especially in bomb shelters where, fires just couldn't be risked. Soldiers rarely had the chance to use this method, but families clung to it as a safe way to keep children warm. Even now, when the power is out and blankets feel a bit thin, the humble hot water bottle remains a time-tested way to push back the cold. Another overlooked tactic was the deliberate use of body heat. Families huddled together under shared blankets, often with layers of straw or feathers for extra insulation. Pets were even brought into beds for warmth. Though soldiers in the field slept apart for tactical reasons, civilians knew that human contact could mean the difference between shivering and sleeping. In emergencies today, this same communal warmth, whether from family members, pets, or shared insulated bedding, remains one of the most efficient sources of heat that doesn't rely on power. Finally, one of the oldest survival tactics resurfaced during World War II going underground. Cellars, root cellars, and makeshift shelters beneath homes maintained a more stable temperature than the icy air above. While soldiers in trenches often had no choice but to freeze, civilians who sheltered in basements found that the earth itself provided natural insulation. Even today, if you have access to a basement or underground space during a blackout, you'll notice it stays warmer in winter and cooler in summer, a natural refuge our ancestors understood well. The heating tricks of World War II remind us that survival doesn't always come from high technology. Sometimes it's the simple, resourceful methods, hot stones, terracotta pots, layered curtains, and shared warmth, that make all the difference. These ideas were born out of desperation, but they worked, and they still do. In a world where power grids can fail and winter storms still bring hardship, the wisdom of the past offers practical tools for today. If you enjoyed uncovering these forgotten survival hacks, make sure to subscribe to Strange History and share this video. Because sometimes, the best solutions to modern problems are the ones history almost let us forget.